Hello, my name is Monica, and I'd like to present my role of literacy in a diverse world on wealth inequality and education. So a little bit about me. I'm an aspiring K through 12 educator. Currently, I'm not too sure which grade I'd like to teach. I am leaning more towards elementary, but that's still up in the air. Currently, I'm an instructional aide at Neva Elementary, and I've been working there since February of this year, so a few months. And I chose this topic mostly because I have personal experience with living in poverty and being from a family in low socioeconomic status. And I also chose this topic because I am passionate about social justice, and I do recognize the importance of literacy and how low socioeconomic status in education affects students. Currently, research indicates that children from low socioeconomic status households and communities develop academic skills slower than children from higher socioeconomic status groups, and this is by the APA, the American Psychology Association. So with this presentation, I would like viewers to understand the true nature of low socioeconomic status. And by that, I mean I'd like people to see the actual effects that come with it. Another goal is for people to recognize inclusivity and also recognize the need and the lack of it currently. Application is also a goal. I'd like people to recognize their own roles in society and see how important low socioeconomic status plays in their realms. However, for me, it applies to education, which is a very important industry and system in society. And the final goal is in regards to solutions. I'd like the viewers to understand that there are solutions for students. And although this is a tough topic, there are ways of combating the effects of low socioeconomic status. So what is literacy in relation to my field? Well, I believe it's important because being an educator directly involves the use of information. And by that, I mean, for me to teach, there are resources that I have to reference, and I'd like students to understand the difference between reliable information and misinformation. I'd also like students to recognize social issues and be innovative in solving them and coming up with solutions. And for policies to be made for those in need, there needs to be an understanding of how to determine what possible solutions are, and there needs to be an understanding of the truth and to get actual real perspectives from those in low socioeconomic status. All right, critical literacy. Let's talk about that in regards to low socioeconomic status. So currently in society, there seems to be a lack of representation, and this is proven in a PRB article that demonstrates that there are serious negative stereotypes towards those in poverty. And I think it's also important for students, educators, and society to be aware of the actual effects. And by this, I'm referring to the consequences that come with living in poverty and how it's not a choice and how it actually does affect daily activities of living and future outcomes. In regards to digital and media literacy, I'd like to go over a few pieces of media very briefly. They all vary in messages. The first one I'd like to go over is Parasite, which I think is a fantastic film. It's definitely a social commentary on those who live in poverty and what comes with that and their struggles. There's also The Pursuit of Happiness, which did inspire a lot of people during the release of the film. However, it did arise a lot of conversations in Hollywood about how not everybody can pull themselves out of poverty and how this is just a very a lucky man. And then there's Cops, the television show. I believe it did use a lot of fear-mongering tactics, and I think it gave the public a negative view of those living in poverty, and it tied in an association between being poor and being a criminal. In regards to cultural literacy and social justice, I'd like to preface by saying this is a very loaded area of literacy. But I'd like to talk about the current views on poverty, which are not the most positive. They come with very negative stereotypes, which are influenced by capitalism. I'd like to mention hustle culture just because that's like a current phenomenon, at least with people in my generation. And hustle culture is the belief that if you just work hard enough, you can pull yourself out of any situation, which is just a toxic mindset to have. And I think cultural literacy is also important because it disregards negative stereotypes and it kind of turns them over. And I think ending stigma in education is important because there is also this belief that education is an equal playing field no matter what your background is. And based on the research that I read from multiple sources, this is not the case, especially for those in low socioeconomic status, because coming from a place of poverty has many and various effects on your well-being, on academic achievement, and on future outcomes. Multimodal and multiliteracies are very important in that there are different ways to learn about poverty and low socioeconomic status. There are two videos right here that I have linked. The first one I'm hovering over is by a YouTube channel named Soft White Underbelly, and it's made by a creator named Mark. He's an interviewer who walks around Skid Row in Los Angeles, and he interviews homeless people living there. And it gives a very raw and realistic perspective of those living in poverty. And I'd say most of the people that he does interview are there unwillingly and are there because they do not have enough support or resources to get out of poverty. And this video that I'm hovering over is actually a song by Kendrick Lamar. He's a phenomenal musical artist because he does advocate for social justice and various topics of social justice. But the main one that I have here is in regards to low socioeconomic status. In fact, this whole album that this song comes off from is about poverty and the issues that come with that. And I think he's a great voice right now. For those who are living in poverty, he's shedding the light, especially with how popular he is. All right, after completing this presentation and doing my readings and watching videos, I've recognized my role as an educator and how important it is for me to relay information. I've also recognized the importance of literacy in regards to low socioeconomic status. And I've also realized the importance of mass media. Mass media, it holds a lot of potential. However, there is a lot of misinformation that comes with mass media. So I think that's a really big takeaway from this whole presentation.